In today's video, we are going to solve from question 6 onwards of DSC 2022. So for this question, as we can see that there are two inequalities given. So let's copy down the first inequality. So we'll open it. Minus 2 times 3x gonna be negative 6x, negative 2 times 2 gonna be negative 4, which is more than x plus 10. Now we'll send x to other side, gonna be the negative, then it gonna 4 gonna be in positive. Negative 7x is more than 14. As we know that whenever negative values goes to other hand, the inequality sign will reverse. So we are going to apply the same thing over here. So x gonna be lesser than 14 over negative 7. So x value will be lesser than negative 2. Now, copy down the next inequality, which is 2x lesser than and equals to 8. So x is lesser than and equals to 4. So which one is the bigger number among them? Negative 2. So our answer will be negative 2. They said that write down the greatest integer satisfied. So greatest, which will be the greatest value than negative 2, which that is negative 3. So that's our answer. Let's move to the next question. The coordinate of the point S is giving 12 and minus 5. The coordinates of T is negative 3 and negative 7. Respectively, S is rotated anti-clockwise about O origin because there is O origin. So this question gonna be the easy one because we don't need to change the origin. And it's anti-clockwise 90 degree to S dash. Where O is the origin, T dash is a reflection image of T with respect to X. Write down the coordinates of S dash and T dash. As there is anti-clockwise 90 degree, so we know the coordinates gonna be if it's XY, so they will change into YX, but Y will be with a negative. So we'll apply the same thing here. So coordinates for S dash gonna be 12 and minus 5, then minus 5 with a negative sign gonna be positive 5, and 12 will be 12. It's given that the T dash is the reflection image of T with respect to x-axis. When any image is a reflection with respect to x-axis, reflection with respect to x-axis. So the x coordinates will remain the x coordinates, and the y coordinates will be with the negative y. So the coordinates for T dash will be x will remain the x negative 3 and y with the negative sign. So which gonna be 7. Now we have to find the slope in the second part. So we know that the formula to find the slope of is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We'll do the same thing here. So 12 minus 7 over 5 and negative 3, which gonna be 12 minus. So 12 minus 7 is 5 and 5 plus 3 is 8. Let's move to the next question. So in this kind of question, we need to know the basics of parallel lines. In figure 1, A is the point lying inside the quadrilateral BCDE such that AC is parallel to ED. So AC is parallel to ED. Then it's given AD is parallel to BC. So AD is parallel to BC. then it is given that ABC is equals to AED. So ABC, this angle, is equals to AED. Then also given AB is equals to AE. These two lines are equal to each other. That's what they all, everything is given. Now we are supposed to prove that the triangle ABC, this triangle, and the other triangle, which is AED, we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So for that, whatever is given, first we will take that. Angle ABC is equals to angle AED, that is given. The next thing, we know that the lines AC and DE are parallel to each other. So the alternate angle will be CAD this, and another alternate angle this, because it's making Z. Whenever it's making Z, it's an alternate angle, right? So these two angles are equal to each other. Let's write it. And so angle CAD is equals to angle ADE. Reason, alternate angles, BC is parallel to AD. Now look at the another pair of parallel lines, which is AD and CP, BC or CP. Then it's again a Z, so these two angles are equal to each other. Let's note it down, that thing as well. Angle BCA is equals to angle CAD. Reason, alternate angles, as BC is parallel to AD. And by mistakenly, I wrote the wrong pair. So this one is DE is parallel to AC. So by that, we can see that CAD is common, right? Which implies that angle ADE is equals to angle BCA. These two angles are equal to each other. Now, by the third angle only left from these two triangles, this one and this one, which gonna be also equal BAC and equals to angle DAE, right? The angles sum of triangle. So we proved here that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle AED. Hope that's clear. Now we can move to the next part where they are saying that angle ABC is 39. So this is given 39 because they both are equal. This is going to be also 39. DAE is given DAE 87. So this angle is also 87. Now we can find out, let's write that as well. Angle DEA, which is equals to angle ABC, which is 39. The other angle, angle DE, DAE, DAE is given. DAE will be equals to CAB We've also given 87. By the sum of the triangle, we can find angle, this one, ADE or EDA. Angle EDA will be equals to 180 minus 39 minus 87, which gonna be 180 minus 39 minus 87, 54. So these two angles are 54 and 54. We have to find ACD, means our motive is to find this angle. So as we know these, okay, let's just write it first. So as they both triangles are congruent, right? So their sides are equal to each other. So the side AC will be equals to AD. When the sides are equal, their angles made them by them are also equal. So these two angles gonna be equal to each other, which is angle, for your convenient, I'm writing it here. ACD equals to angle ADC. By the sum of the triangle, they both are X. Now we know the other, we can paste it here first. Yeah. Now by the sum of the triangle, we can find that how much is ACD. And also this angle CAD is 54 because of the alternate angle. So angle CAD, CAD is 54. By the sum of the triangle, we can find it ACD plus ADC plus 54 equals to 180. Let's they both X. So it's 54, 180. So X gonna be 180 minus 54 over 2, which is 180 minus 54 divided by 2, which is 63. So degree. So the angle we need CCD is equals to 63. We write it nicely. Oh, that's also clear. Now we can move to the next question. Question number 9. The frequency distribution of the table and the cumulative frequency distribution of the table below shows the distribution of the times taken to complete a 3-kilometer race by the group of the student. Time taken. So we know that cumulative frequency is the sum, like in diagonals. So it's given 3, this is given x, this is y, this is gonna be 20. We have to find the value of x. So if you will see this, so a is equals to 3 that we need, and then 9 plus 3 gonna be 12. It's always like that. So 9 plus 3 gonna be x, which is x is equals to 12. That's what we need to find. Find the mean of the distribution. So for mean of the distribution, we require the others number as well. So let's find how much is D. So for that, it's 3. Let's do it. 3 plus 9 is 12. So instead of x, we can write 12. 12 plus B is equals to y, and 3 plus y is equals to 20. Now, let's put it here. So from that, we can find out that we use substitution. So 12 plus b is equals to, instead of y, we can write 20 minus 3, which is 17. So B is equals to 17 minus 12, which is 5. So B is equals to 5 and Y is equals to 17. Now we know all the unknowns over here. Let's put it instead of B, we can write 5. Instead of Y, we can write 17. In the next question, they're asking for the mean of the distribution. So to find the mean of the distribution, we first require the midpoint. So let's find the midpoint. Midpoint. How to find the midpoint? Add both the numbers, divide by 2. So for this, it's 10 plus 12. 14 is 24, divide by 2 is 12. You guys can use the calculator to find it. And then 15 plus 19 is 30. Uh, let's do it with the calculator. Gonna be easier and faster. So 15 plus 19, then divide by 3, which is 17. Now we'll find 20 plus 24, then divide that by 2, which is 22. Then 25 plus 29, and which also divide by 2 is 27. So that's how we are supposed to find the midpoint. Once we find out the midpoint, that's easier to find the mean. So let's back to find the mean. To find the mean, we need to times frequency with the midpoint. So 12 times 3 plus 17 times 9 plus 22 times 5 plus 27 times 3. And at the bottom, we have to write the sum of everything, which is all the frequencies, which are 3, instead of 8, it's 3, 9, 5, and 3. Put it in the calculator and we'll get the answer. So 12 times 3. For the MCQs questions, you can directly put it in the calculator and get the answer. 17 times 9, 22 times 5, and then 27 times 3, which is 380, divide by the sum, which is 3 plus 9, which is 12 plus 5, 17, 17 plus 3, 20. 8 and 9 is 17 plus 3 is 20. So we make it 12 times 3 and 17 times 9, 22 times 5 plus 27 times 3. 380 divided by 20, which is 19. So the mean is 19. They are saying find the probability that the time taken to complete 3-kilometer race by a randomly selected student from the group is less than 19.5 minutes. So the probability where it's less than 19.5 minutes is which one? This, the first one. So the required probability and the total we know it's 20. So 12 divided by 20 is 3 over 5. That's our. Now let's move to the 10th question and the last question of this video. So it's given that fx is partially varies x square and partially varies as x. So for that, we have to let. So let fx partially varies, let the constants are a and b. So ax squared and it's partially varies as b. So where a and b are non-zero, they are must that they are should be non-zero constant, because if they are zero, then the values of x and x squared will be negligible. So in this question, they said that f4 is equals to 96. So we will put f4. That means instead of x, we need to put 4. So if we put 4 here, we gonna and it's given it's 96. So 16. If we put 4 here, so 4x square, which is 4 square is 16. So 16a plus 4x gonna 4b is equals to 96, which is first equation. The other value we need to put is minus 5. So if we put x is equals to minus 5, it's 20, and it's given that the value of when we put minus 5, it's 15. So if we put minus 5 here, so minus 5 square is 25, a minus 5, b is 15. There are two equations and two unknown. Let's figure it out. So for the first equation, we can multiply the first equation by 5, and then we'll add that by e- multiplying equation 2 with 4. So let's do that. When we add it, so if we multiply equation 1 with 5, so 16 times 5 is 80a plus 20b equals to 96 times 5, which is 480. And then the next equation we have to multiply by 4. So it's 100a, and then we have to multiply by 4, sorry. So 100, 4 times 5 is 20b, 15 times 4 is 60. We have to add it. Let's add it. So let's cross it out. 180a is equals to 480 plus 60, 540. So a is equals to 540 divided by 180. 540 divided by 180, which is 3. So a is equals to 3. We can substitute the value of a in any of the equation to find the value of b. So 16 times 3 is 48 plus 4b is equals to 96. So 4b is equals to 96 minus 48. So b is equals to 96 minus 48, then divide by 4. So that is 12. So now we know the value of f a and b. We can find the value of fx. So fx will be 3x square plus 12x. Now for the next equation, write down the x-intercept when the graph y is equals to 8 times fx. So what we will do, we will times this fx with times with 8 and put that equals to y, because they are saying that write down the x-intercept of the graph. So x-intercept means that when it's cutting the x-axis, when anything cutting the x-axis, it will be equals to y will be 0. So y we will put at 0, but for now y is equals to given 8 times fx, which is 8 times 3x square. So it's 24x square plus 96x. We put y is equals to 0 here. So 24x square plus 96x is equals to 0. 24 take common. So 24x takes common. So x plus 4 is equals to 0. Now we can put both of them equals to 0, 1 by 1. 24 equals to 0. So x is equals to 0. Then x plus 4 equals to 0. So x is equals to minus 4. So f's intercepts are x intercept are 0 or -4. That's what our answer is. In the next C part, they said that let k be the real constant, find the range of the k such that fx is equals to k has two distinct rules. When anything has two distinct rules, that means discriminant will be more than 0. We have a lesser space here, so let's divide it into two parts. Okay. So fx is equals to k, which means 3x square plus 12x is equals to k. So 3x square plus 12x minus k equals to 0. So discriminant, as I told you, will be more than First of all, find the discriminant will be more than 0. So discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Instead of b, we have 12 square minus 4 times 3 times minus k. So let's find it. 144 plus 12k more than 0. So 12k more than 0. Sorry, more than negative 144. So k will be more than negative 2. That's what our range is. So k's value will be any value which is more than negative 12. That's how it is. Thank